Last time on Lawful Stupid. Lawful Stupid. I can say it. You have sleeping bees that you've knocked out, and you guys are there as the farmers kind of like crawl out from the ditch that they were kind of hiding in. Thanks for saving our hides there, gentlemen. That was a little difficult.
No trouble at all.
These bees have this weird black jelly coming out of their mouth. Any idea what that is?
No idea. It looks similar to the poison, the gloomthorn.
It's pretty nasty stuff and not easy to come by. Could you, perhaps on my map here, circle maybe the area in which they would roam?
We'll get that black goo out of your bees.
What on earth would these bees be doing full of gloomthorn?
I have no idea.
If someone put gloomthorn into these bee supplies, somebody's poisoned them, I want to know who and I want to know where they got the poison.
I would like to attempt to track these particular cat bees.
You'll kind of see like a little creek or something off in the distance. You're scrutinizing the plants that you walk by, but then you'll get to like one little patch of like a couple flowers near the water, and you can see like just barely that there looks like a little drop of ooze kind of like in the center.
Gentlemen, I found the gross stuff.
You look at this plant, this black ichor.
Looks like we found the culprit. And I'll kind of punch out holes in the soil around the plant. Careful to make sure that I get like all the way under the roots so I don't touch it. And then kind of scoop up that soil and place it in the jar. Blink! Another jar on top of it.
Oi, how you feeling?
I only have enough time for one adventure. I'm not sure I could go back.
We don't want him to die. That seems counterproductive to our main objective.
We could just ship it. We could just mail it to the academy where they study such things.
Shouldn't we give it to the farmers and give them some coin and have them ship it?
Yeah, okay. Let's go ask the farmers.
You guys are out in the middle of a farm, kind of like in the fields by a little creek stream of water, and this plant in a jar in your hands. It's kind of getting towards evening time, I believe around late afternoon-ish. So like 3 or 4. And you have like maybe a couple hours to get back to the farmers. What's your plan? Where are we going?
Yeah, just point of order, because we just beat those bees. I feel like I remember you telling us we were level 2.
No, we're not.
What? Go back and listen right now.
I did go back and listen
to those cat bees. I did go back and listen. That's one thing you said that was very funny.
You know what's funny? My test group also asked to level up right after the bees. So congrats on everyone there.
I'm going to ask just rapidly.
We'll never stop asking. That's our job as players in Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so heading towards the farm. For sure.
Yeah, we're going to try to link up with these farmers and get them to get this specimen over to the post office and then off to the Luminae Institute.
Which this farm should be pretty easy to find. It's painted gold, essentially.
We've seen it before. We actually know where it is.
That like warm golden color. You kind of like saw.
No, we haven't seen it. We haven't been there.
I thought we did.
No, it was like about 30 minutes down the road walk from where you were, and then you traveled like a couple hours.
The farmers described it to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you walk through these fields, these tall grasses. You can kind of like get the occasional whiff of a sweet scent as you walk by, just because of the flowers starting to bloom, you know. Mac, I believe you're short enough to just barely see over the grass, but it's fine.
How tall is this grass? Because my boy is...
I thought you were like in the 3-4 foot. Oh, 5?
No, he's 5'2". Yeah, he's a medium size.
Your girl thought he was a small size, so I was just like, oh. medium.
I thought about
size.
small size, but there's just not a lot of great advantages to being small. Not for all the cons that come with it. It's true. Can't use a heavy crossbow. Not without disadvantage.
I mean, you could have talked to me and we could have just had a small, heavy crossbow made for you.
Oh, a cute one.
It is both small and heavy. It's made out of the densest subject known to man.
Balfour's big enough. I'll just ride on his shoulders. It's fine.
I hate that. I hate
He's
it
a
so much
medium-sized
everywhere. I
creature.
go.
You can use your 80-pound strength tusk to stabilize the
You have to get
Yeah.
in my pocket.
Yeah, but he's got carrying capacity of a large creature. You know what I mean?
You'll be like you'll have a mount.
A ballista mounted Balfour. Oh, I love that. Put one on my back and I'll just go down to fours and just shoot it off my back like a Blastoise. Anyways,
I love
And
that idea.
You walk back to the farm. It takes you about a couple hours since you did trek a couple hours out. And it's kind of like getting towards evening time. The sun is close to setting. It's not gone, but it's definitely supper time. You can see off in the distance the house. It won't take you too long to get there, but you do hear like the little triangle bell ring.
No, it means
Oh,
chow
dinner time, baby.
Yeah.
There's a pep in Mac's step as he approaches.
As he hops down the bunny trail.
Yep.
Ba-boom,
Bunny trail.
ba-boom, ba-boom. He sure does. You hear just his equipment rattling as he does it.
Oh gosh, it's not. That's terrifying. You hear that at the night?
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
The buzzing of the bees seem to like fade out away from you guys as it looks like they kind of like return elsewhere, probably to one of the larger hives you saw on your way here. None seem to attack you. You would know that for certain.
Fucking no better.
that's good.
The 60% of bees that survived told them the story.
That's right.
With their little bee
You
dance,
go tell
you know?
your people.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
waggle danced.
You know what? It's actually in this world called the catwalk. I mean, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Accurate.
they definitely use their tails in some way during the waggle dance.
Well, they have to. That's
Yeah.
how it
They
works.
have more robust language than normal bees because they have the extra appendage. They can do more moves.
They can crack their tails too. You got some cat anatomy facts coming out of here.
Yeah. You'll hear the two children kind of like scream and laugh, but you can tell this is a scream and laugh of fun, not a scream and laugh of terror. You heard the difference. You know it.
I'm glad you said that because I can never tell in real life. Every time I hear kids, there's a birthday party, I'm like, somebody's got to save these kids.
I've been around enough kids at my old job to know what these sound like.
Fair enough.
So that's how. And you'll see a lady at the back door of the house, kind of like rag in hand, long blonde hair, kind of tucked back up into like a half bun, but it's so messy it's kind of like falling off her shoulders too. And she'll look over to the lot of you and kind of like wave hello with her arms like wide up above her.
So Mac waves, and then he, I think I'm holding this, right? I've been holding this whole time. Yeah. And I hand it to Balfour and just quietly whisper like, you got this, right?
Yes. Yes, I have this.
Perfect.
And then I'll turn back to I just like will like do like a little bow to her. My trunk stays up as I bow my head down. Ma'am, we have this. What do they call them? What is the bee thing?
Gloomthorn.
Cat bees.
Cat bees.
Oh, right. We have a plant, not the bee.
Yeah.
My bad. I wanted to eat it still, clearly.
We have this thing that we need to be sent off for testing to ensure that it doesn't damage your farm or other farms around any further. Where could we do this?
She looks at the thing in your hands and looks at the three of you. you need to send it somewhere?
And I will look over to Axel, because I don't know the place.
Yeah. Yes, this needs to go to the Luminae Institute. If you could, it's a live specimen, so it's kind of fragile. It's also very dangerous, as you've seen. But we have very pressing business, so we need someone to take this to the nearest post office in order to get it shipped very delicately to the Luminae Institute, so that they can hopefully develop a cure.
I mean, what is it? Looks like a plant.
It's called Gloomthorn. It's a very, very dangerous poisonous toxin. That's what was making your bees sick, making them attack others and get that black goo from the mouth. So yes, we're hoping to get it cured. We're hoping to get some sort of antitoxin.
No, that makes sense. Oh my, that doesn't look great. And you'll see her kind of like lean in, and you see like one of the really long pointy elven ears kind of like pop out from her mess of hair, just to like get a closer look on. And the thing in the jar, I mean, one of my boys could go to town earlier than expected to go drop it off if it's that bad.
And we would be sure to make it worth your efforts.
Yes, we'll of course pay the postage and all that. We just time is of the essence, because if the plant dies, then they may not be able to learn as much from it than if it was alive.
Were these the only ones where you found them? Where did you find them?
I'll produce my map and kind of show her, because we already had like the radius circled on there. I'll show her exactly where we found it. It's incredibly rare. No one has actually been able to study this before. That's kind of why we have the import here. It has the potential to help a lot of people. I didn't see any others, but we don't know if the cat bees had transferred any of the pollen or were helping it spread. But keep an eye out. If you see any of this, it's very dangerous. Mark it so no one touches it, and hope it doesn't spread.
She'll make the gesture to you, Balfour, to like take the double jar. I'll have to make note of it and draw it and wait for one of them to get back here so they could go run to town. How dangerous is this?
Deadly.
Okay. She'll like glance back to the kids who are definitely making a ruckus in the background. You can hear like the spoons hit the sides of the bowls, of like trying to like scoop up food and put it on a plate. Like, all right, you're welcome to eat. If it's deadly, it's well beyond my means of ability. But here, she'll kind of like try to like maneuver things. Like Mom Arms has many talents of like holding thing as well as like open door at the same time, and just trying to like, let you in. Yeah, feel free to eat. I appreciate it. I made extra. They gave me a heads up earlier. But yeah, I'll go take care of this. And on the table, it smells like a great meal. And you'll see her kind of like scurry off to like another little divot of the house.
You're very kind.
Oh, thank you.
So what kind of food are we looking at?
Axel doesn't turn down a free meal. So I'm sitting down and having some chat.
I too will eat.
Very interested in the food.
Yeah. The lot of you could all get a meal, even Oshin and me.
What's for supper, Abon?
What's for supper?
We've got...
I'd like to think it's like a lamb stew with mashed potatoes. Probably like peas and carrots too.
Got a little bit of shepherd's pie going on, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes, love shepherd's pie. I do, at least. I'm sure Mac likes it too.
Mac fucking hates it.
No, don't do that to me.
I'll let Mac can like what he likes. As you guys settle in for food, you'll see like the couple gentlemen enter in, and you'll hear the lady call out from the room across the way. Oh, Randern.
Yeah, Randall.
Randern. It looked like an M, but I was like, nope, that's it. IRN. I was like, oh, I can't see. Can't read that
love
letter.
to think that you were on like a random character name generator and you were like had just hovered over the button like,
Nope.
it wasn't
Nope.
loading. Ranger.
Nope, Randern.
Got it.
Nope, the R and the N looked like an M when I was looking at it. I was like,
got it.
Randern, here, I need the gentleman brought in this plant we need to send off to the post office. And you'll see her like come out with like a box that seems carefully wrapped, tied with twine, little air holes kind of like poked in, already like addressed with the Lumini Institute on it. It's got a plant specimen. I don't. This is unfamiliar with me, and if there's more back over near the creek, then I should be able to maybe do my own research. But and he looks at this package and takes it, stares at it, stares at the table. And like, all right, let me grab a bite to eat, and then I'll just go off. It is important to get this somewhere, right? And you see them have a little exchange, and a quick meal is had by the man. He kind of looks at you a lot, a little gesture, like, thanks for looking into it. I might save the farms out here.
Of course.
Thank you for your assistance and for the meal.
It's one of the least we could do.
I have been terribly rude. Ma'am, I did not catch your name.
Oh, goodness. It's Jane.
And who is every one of your
Jane.
family members
Name
here?
every child.
No,
right?
no, we already have those names. No need to do that. There's Henri, Tantuoro, and then Joe is the other male.
Tantaru. Yeah.
Tantaru.
Got a sour disposition, but he calls it as it is. Straight shooter.
That's pretty good.
That's right.
And the kids are kind of like, do a little wave at their name and kind of like eat and kind of watch you guys. Start like, try to pester you. It's like, did you find anything fun? We can't go to the creek by ourselves, but usually there's good bugs.
Yeah, no, there were the cat bees, and we put them to sleep. You know, like knocked them out because they were a little angry. All good. Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't mean to be rude, Jane. For some reason, this seems like you guys have your own Meadow Keeps mead. Am I wrong in that?
Oh, not at all. We have.
I'll have one of those, please. I'm happy to pay. I don't want to be a beggar, but
Oh no!
gotta try the local cuisine.
You helped them out with the bees as well as find the plant that could possibly solve our problem out here on the farm. The least I could do is get you a drink.
Excellent.
And you'll see like the quieter man, Joe, go off
Yeah,
to
Joe.
the kitchen and start getting these things out. And she'll look at him like, "Oh, you didn't have to," but he's already on it.
Abon, how much would I think that the postage for this would cost as an honorary mailman?
As an honorary mailman,
Always double the stamps. Always double the stamps. You never know what those fucking shysters are gonna do.
as Spartman, there are 4 divisions of the Lumini Institute. The major one in what is this country called?
Probably want to get it to the closest one just because of the time constraints.
Yes, I'm doing it for lore reasons.
Totes.
But I totally understand.
Totes my goats.
Exalos.
Excellent.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
coming up with the other 3. I always forget Exalos.
That's where the big one is, you're saying?
That's where the big one is. However, they do have other schools within each other country since they all kind of like work together on the study of magic. In Avonlea, you would know it would be in the capital. So from here to there, as quickly as possible,
And very carefully.
and very carefully, you're looking at a couple gold.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll grab I'll do 4 gold. I'll take 4 gold out and I'll give it to Randern.
A little blink. Just because it's a lot of gold all in one place, but he'll take it. So fastest as possible, I assume.
Yes, as fast and as carefully as possible. And then, well, there's a festival coming up, so have some fun.
Probably go right into the package, honestly, especially if it's going to help others out. And you'll see him, like, start to move to pack things, but again, Joe's already on it. Joe comes back with, like, a few cups of varying types, not at all matching, definitely not a part of a set, all with, like, a honey mead, just kind of offered to the lot.
There's 3 or 4 that look like they were like the same ones they have in the tavern.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait a minute.
And then just like a bottle as well, looks unopened. He'll like give you a look and then look down and then like go back to the kitchen. Oh, a gift. Like I said, at the very least, we could do is give you a bottle too, if you like it, of course.
Well, I'm not one to turn down such hospitality.
However, it is late in the evening. We don't really have much house space, but we do have space out in the barn or the brewery. It's kind of wouldn't be very loud because we're not working in there right now, but just kegs and things probably be your neighbors if you need somewhere to rest.
The barn sounds pleasing.
Yeah, barn sounds great. That's better than what we would have had for sure.
Oh, excellent. Well, enjoy your meal. We'll take care of these other things. And you'll see him like move off in the house, taking care of house things, probably fixing meals,
So
getting
to
him
be
ready.
real clear,
Yes.
Jane is no longer in the room.
Jane is no longer in the room. You got a couple kids kind of scarfing down at the dinner table.
Okay, I would like to stealthily put 5 gold under my plate and leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take the bottle and at least a glass. And I'm going to say, I'll see you guys in the barn. I'm going to head to the barn. I will subtract 5 gold.
I also grab a glass and head to the barn. Oishin with us? How's he looking? You doing okay?
He's still waiting. He's been groaning the whole time.
He's been eyeing like magical items in the room, looking for him. Like, oh, God, fucking eat this up.
You'd see him kind of look at like the things on the walls, like the painting, like holding like the bowl and kind of like eating slowly. Not much, but kind of just existing, admiring it. Mia is happily eating her food. Probably was done a lot sooner than you expect, but she's small. She probably doesn't eat as much as was offered.
I'm gonna actually, if there's like, I don't know what would be left, but I want to like grab up all the dirty dishes and take them to where I think a kitchen might be, just to stack them neatly. I'm not going to wash them. I'm just going to stack them up neatly.
Yeah.
You bust the table.
You bust the table, and you'll see the coins that Mac left underneath one of the plate.
Oh, he must have left these.
Scoops it in.
And I'll put it in my pocket.
But you bring it to the kitchen, and I was like, oh, you didn't have to worry about that. And you'll see Jane and Joe just kind of like doing kitchen things.
I think I would know why he left. I think I would know Mac left those. I'm not going to let Balfour be so dumb as to just take those. I would like to stealthily, once everyone's out of the room, put them somewhere that 5 gold again and add 2 of my own to it. Somewhere in the cabinet somewhere.
Oh man, imagine they get like a bowl down, right? For a meal, and it's just like 7 gold coins. It's like more money than they're used to seeing at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I made note of it. You can definitely do it when there's nobody in the room, because the kids will clean up a little bit. And they come, you see them leave into the kitchen, kind of like a success of like, we didn't have to clean.
Big success.
But overall, the house seems pretty lively. Mac and Balfour and Axel, you will see Randern kind of like jog past you guys to get to the horse, carefully, like with the bundled package in his arms, to the barn. And we're like, well, there'll be plenty space, recently cleaned, so you should be good to go this evening.
Very kind of you, thank you.
You see him put everything on the horse.
A nip before you go. Keep you warm.
Well, this time of year it should be getting warmer by the day. But thanks, I appreciate it. And that man dressed the horse so fast and out the doors by the time you like start trying to take things out of your bags.
Yeah, so Mac
So
100%
definitely.
cracks this bottle and takes a good whiff before he takes a drink. Does it smell delicious?
Oh, smells delicious. It's sweet. It has like that. Trying to think of like all the notes of mead, but
Honey is a big one.
Honey is a big
It's
one.
floral,
It's very
with
floral.
honey. Okay.
The elder flowers, or you know,
Yes.
bloomthorn, whatever the bees have been eating.
This batch, you could assume that it was definitely made during the fall or winter, based on how it's bottled.
Cool. So Mac pours himself a glass and he looks to Axel and Balfour. Would you like a drink?
Oh, yes, pour me just a little one, just a small one.
Yeah, so he pours him half a cup.
Little more.
He just goes and little by little
Little more.
until he
Just a
says
little.
when.
Ah, excellent. Yes, that's perfect.
It's like to the brim.
Balfour? Yes, to the brim.
How gracious
Surface
of you.
tension is holding it over the glass.
How gracious of you, but I don't partake of the spirits. Though I
Not
don't,
even a little bit.
I don't judge you for partaking.
But like, nothing?
Are you like Exelos sober, where you smoke hobbit weed? you smoke the halfling grass?
I don't know what 3 of those words you said mean.
Have you ever drank before?
I have never.
Are you scared of what's going to happen?
You could maybe say that, but for us, it helps me to keep a clear mind when I don't add things to it that muddy it. So to stay in tip-top shape.
Oh, weird. This helps me think better.
Really?
Puts a cap on it.
Not me. It helps me stop thinking for a moment, which is also very nice.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want, judgment in the way, right?
No, it's fine. We're not
Inhibitions.
We're not even
really
his
mess you up.
peers. How are we going to peer pressure him? We're not even.
I'm not trying to peer pressure him. You just need to know who you're with. And if you're scared of who you're gonna be, a little tipsy, I want to be aware of that, that's all.
What is tipsy?
Well, it's like when you drink too much. Come on.
It's like when you, I'll wiggle from side to side. When you've had a little bit too much and you get a little, I might tip over.
Oh,
careful with your glass.
I have seen this on occasion. Not
Party
all
foul.
of us are abstain from the spirits, but we've heard horror stories.
That sounds terrible.
It's fine if you don't want to. It's not a big deal. It is a mild poison if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's fun to poison yourself just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, what you and I. Hey, speaking of Axel, so you seem to know a lot about the Alumni Institute or Academy.
Yes.
You trust them?
I trust them to do what it is that their interest compels them to do. So they seek knowledge. They want to learn about everything. They'll be excited to have a specimen they've never been able to get their hands on before. They won't do anything nefarious with it. They kind of have a more neutral stance. They're about the advancement of knowledge, not picking sides.
Fair enough. You seem well versed in their manners. Is that just from passerby? Were you one of the ranks? I mean, you know me. I am a Daybreak Warden. So just curious, is that where you hail from?
Well, you've seen my talents with magecraft.
Exactly.
I'm home taught. I never went to any sort of academy or the institute, but I have had occasion to seem as though I have. So I've had to learn a little bit.
Fair enough. And Balfour, while we're on the subject here, you don't imbibe in the spirits, which is fine, no judgment. Do you come from like a circle or a cloister or a cloth? Like, you seem to have tenets that you're following. What's your origin story, as it were?
Well, you guys are kind of talking, and he's like, I imagine we're sitting in the hay, and he's just kind of like grabbing up pieces and like watching it fall slowly, and just like kind of, he's listening to you guys. He's interested in what you're saying, but so far you're just watching it fall. And he looks over at you and nods slowly, kind of thinking about what you're saying. And he goes, I'm part of a group of people who traverse the world, and I've heard of this school. We have never been to the university. But my people, we tend to focus on trying to reach a higher plane, a stage of existence, and I'm just one of the newest in that. And he starts twiddling with like the earrings, kind of like maybe on one of his tucks or something. And he says, "We earn these." Emma says these, like you're not sure. These memories passed down, and in order to access memories, and some I don't have access to, I have to meditate. I have to uphold a standard. I have to, and then he kind of almost whispers to you guys, I have to believe.
Like in yourself?
Oh no, not in myself. I'm of no consequence. I'm on a journey.
Why are you on a journey? For what?
Well, you see, I don't have any of my true powers yet, and to unlock the stories I'm supposed to tell people as I go along, I have to go on a journey, and I don't know where the journey leads. I think I'm on it now.
Yeah, this isn't one of those instances where it's about the friends you made along the way. So, what is it that you're hoping to seek? You said you're of no consequence. Then what is?
I think forsaking others is of consequence. And where's me at? That's a good point. I think I would like, wherever me is, I would look to where she is.
Probably on your shoulder.
Is she, what's the state of being? Like awake, conscious, like
Sleeping.
listening to us, sleeping?
She's just listening, kind of like sitting very quietly, just trying not to be a bother. Just kind of like curious round eyeballs.
As opposed to square, huh?
Yeah.
And so he says, when we forsake others, it tears apart the bonds that we have as neighbors, as individuals. So I am of no consequence, but forsaking others, now that is a consequence.
So that's what you believe in? Like humanity or immortality?
I think we were all put here to support one another and build a community. Anyone in isolation is miserable.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I would like to know. I would like to get a feel for how honest I feel like Balfour is being.
Okay, since that's
How forthcoming.
Since that's player against player kind of vibes, I would roll this as you would roll an insight, and Devin would have the idea of like
How honest I can be if I'm hiding something as Balfour
if
or
you're
a character.
hiding, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me anything. Just whether I get the vibe that you're not being 100% forthcoming. So let me take my roll.
You've told us that you keep the old gods, right? That happened in like episode 2.
I don't know. I don't think
Mac heard that.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I know Mac didn't hear it because I don't have it.
I think I said it openly,
So.
like on accident. Now I have
You
to
did.
roll
Like,
with it. Yeah.
like when we saw Oishi
Yes.
as a fairy god, you were like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
worship this. I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
So-
rolled a 20 on my insight check.
Okay.
For vibes, you want to keep it like maybe like 5 words or less, give or take.
Vibes. Honest, but maybe ashamed/hesitant.
Okay.
I think it's probably the best way to put it.
Mac will remember this.
Oh gosh, Thomas.
No, it's not a bad thing. I just noted that you're not 100% forthcoming.
What's the name, Devin, of that kind of Peace Corps organization you also belong
The Echoes.
to?
Yeah,
Echoes.
yes.
And do many of your fellow echoes feel the same way that you do?
You know, as an organization overall, that we simply strive to make every place better that we interact with. You, all of us here today, have done a very echoes-oriented thing by taking the crap. What is it called?
Gloomthorn.
The Gloomthorn, and trying to find an answer. They would be enthralled to know that we have helped these farmers in such a way.
Maybe a new career for you after the Wardens, eh, Mac?
Maybe not. I really like putting things to bed. Especially
I
those
understand.
that bounce into darkness.
Good mead.
Agreed.
Smells delicious.
Mac just motions, like just not in like any like weird way, just like
Oishin?
No, he can't. No, Oisin can't have any. He's barely standing.
He could have a little bit.
Okay, just not too much, because when you're taking my power out of my body,
He's in pain.
Listen.
Just a little bit.
You can have just a sip. You've seen the wine glasses where they fill it only just a little.
Just like the little drink you poured for me.
But 10 times smaller.
I mean, yeah, he'll hand the rest of his to Oishin. Which
You
is,
have my dregs, dog.
which is like a quarter
You have my
left.
backwash on me.
Listen, you've already stole my soul. You can drink after me.
You got a point. If he can drink your strength, he can drink your spit.
Yes.
He'll take the glass, he'll turn it exactly from where you were sipping from and just drink from there. Just like a little sip and hand it back.
Oh, gosh.
Mac's going to polish it off and get ready for bed.
But, yeah. You guys can get ready for bed and tuck in for the night. This will be your 4th short rest, so you'll be up to full in the morning.
Nice.
You have the safety and warmth of a barn around you. There's one stall empty, but there seems to be a second horse just kind of just chilling and sleeping. You'll hear the occasional whiff of a tail. Me will happily kind of like curl up, and then throughout the night, she'll kind of like slowly start trying to like inch closer to Balfour. And Oishin will just have all this stuff settled up to the side. In the morning, bright and squirrely, you hear the rooster.
That's pretty good.
That's what she's saying.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
My whole family's awake now. It's late at night, so that's cool.
They're used to that. Devin's family wakes up every day to the dulcet tones of the rooster.
Yeah, and it's just Devin walking to the house doing that.
Just like there's a whole
Just
suit I
head
wear.
bobbing and everything. Oh man!
They wake up, he's in the kitchen just
Sitting
eating
on top of the
seeds.
counter.
God, if you haven't
Again.
seen the Gentleman TV show, that's pretty good.
You recommend this is the second time you've recommended it to me.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing about that.
I need to watch that.
Yep, it's good.
Sorry,
Anyways.
I derailed us. Go ahead.
Yeah, the rooster crows, and you guys, I assume, pack up for the morning. Any plans of what you're doing, or just kind of just?
Yeah, we gotta get to the
Emerald
to the
Forest.
sticks.
Emerald
Yeah,
Forest.
what's the name of the Emerald Forest? Yeah, we gotta get there soonish.
Yeah, we got to follow the yellow brick road to get to the Emerald Forest.
Sounds good.
If the family is up and around, if they are stirred, we'll do like a wave goodbye.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks for everything again.
So as you guys leave the barn in the morning, you are very quickly approached by one sleepy child and another child full and bright of energy, with a few things in their hands, and you see them like raise their arms up to like hand you stuff. They're like, "Oh, Mama packed this." The sleepy, grumpier one, he's it's mumbled. It just comes out yeah.
Thank you very much.
She says you probably want breakfast. So I hope your wherever you go goes well. Okay, goodbye. And then you see her run off.
Thank you.
The other one just kind of like looks at you, stares at you, grumbles some more, and then goes back.
That kid's going places.
Yeah, I like that kid.
And then it's the lot of you this morning as you go off back onto the road. Could you roll me your D100? Just one of you.
Oh, not it.
Dwayne, do it. Oh, no, Shane, you got it.
I already said not it.
I got it.
No, I was too slow.
I'm doing it.
Nose goes.
Low is the way to go.
Facts.
Ha-cha!
That's what it says.
65.
65. Excellent.
Zebra was close to 63 in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
He's close.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
4 off.
There's Madam Web powers over there.
They're a little broken, but
Yeah, that's fine. He's not old enough yet.
You take your little packs of something to go. It smells fragrant. Probably a road snack, maybe perhaps lunch. But they pack you away something. And the road, as you walk from their farm off towards the Emerald Forest, it becomes less and less maintained the more you get closer to the forest, the more the evening comes around, more grasses within the stones. You get the occasional bee that comes across your path, or the flowers blooming on the sides start to like sprout a little more color than they were before. But overall, it's a quiet watch as you move on by. You get a day's travel from the farm, and you can see the edge of the woods, right? There's more trees. It's a little more crowded. It's a bit more dense. Looks a bit darker underneath the branches. They're more fully grown out here. They're more sparkly out here. They come in shades of bright emerald greens, but there's like the occasional bright blue sapphire-looking tree, or an amethyst, or even ruby-colored branches and leaves, and it's definitely different out here. It's got a different vibe. The world is colorful, but this just seems over the top. Oishin will look ahead. It's like, the Emerald Forest. You guys ready for the wild magic, or should we set up for the evening before we...
I mean, is it past like 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm not walking through the dark in the sticks.
Like, you're just on the boundary.
Yeah, if it's late,
yeah,
we'll set up camp 100%.
Cool. You guys can set up camp. I'll need your watches and anything that you plan to do.
I'm not really sure what my watch has to do with this, Abon, but yeah, you can have it.
I got a Rolex.
Nice, I'll sell it for
I got an Apple Watch. So yeah, I guess I'll take first watch. This is not a big deal for Mac.
I get up early anyway, so I'll take the last watch.
Perfect. Puts Balfour in the middle.
I guess me will take that middle one, and I'll just sleep through the night.
Yeah. Titania actually takes every watch. Titania's up during everybody's watch. Doesn't need to sleep.
Oh yeah, I'll take middle.
Be sure to take out any of your rations, or if you eat the little pack made for you by the...
Oh yeah, I'm eating that for sure. While it's fresh.
I'm for sure going with the home cooked meal.
Yeah. I'm not eating this fucking jerky bullshit, which is still yummy, but not versus homemade.
It's built to last. This meal is fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Any notes about training for me today?
Yeah, it's my turn, and I'm going to try to teach me a cantrip.
Yeah, what are you going to try and teach?
I'll tell you, here's what I got. I got Firebolt, Light, Mending, and Message. Obviously, Firebolt's the most powerful one to give to me. But maybe we just, it depends on how good I teach. Maybe I'm just trying to give her the basics of magic and whatever she excels at, any of the cantrips, you know?
Firebolt, Message.
Light.
Light and Mending. To be fair, though, I don't have arcane knowledge of the light cantrip.
Ooh, but Mending would be good, though, because her having the ability to fix shit.
Yeah, they would all be helpful.
Yeah.
They're cantrips. They're nice.
Yeah.
Give her Blade Ward.
Roll me an intelligence check for your teaching.
And no prof?
You're trying to teach someone, you haven't really gone to proper schooling to school someone in it.
But I am proficient in teaching because I teach summer classes to kids who can't read. It's part of my backstory.
Axel's school for kids who can't
read and really want to do other good stuff too.
That's how Wilf ended up becoming my ward.
Yeah.
He was coming to.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, no,
I just had to hit the Zoolander reference.
Yeah, thank you for that. I was going to go there if you did.
But I'll roll in straight. Probably. I don't want to fight for it.
If it comes to more wizardy things where she has to learn how to read to do her spells, then we'll worry about it then.
I got you. Int is +4. That's a 1 for a 5.
Damn. Well,
Can't one
that
more?
explains the name of Axel's school.
Kids can't read good.
School for kids who can't read good.
It's definitely a time trying to watch the both of them how to figure out how to learn magic and teach magic.
I start with arcane glyphs and then realize I have to go back to letters.
And then you figure out very quickly that Mi is having a really hard time trying to figure out what these symbols mean. Like, she kind of gets letters, but also this looks like chicken scratch to her.
Yeah.
You know what Mac does while they're doing this? Mac is using his woodcarver's tools to make her tiny little pencils.
Oh,
That's cute.
adorable.
You could definitely do that. That's not a hard thing to do.
I didn't think so. And it's going to be cute as shit.
And you try to go through it, and it comes quickly apparent that it's like you're speaking two different languages when trying to understand the concept of magic. She didn't roll well either. That was a 6.
Together, we're an 11.
Yeah, together you're an 11, but
Which still
learning
fails
today,
to check horribly. Yeah.
Which is not great. But it was our best effort.
But you did try. And she'll look at you. I was like, oh, well, thank you. Maybe when I'm not tired, we could try
No,
again.
we'll keep working on it. We'll get there.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
She's gonna go back to bed.
I woke her up in the middle of the night. Do spelling with me!
I assumed you did that training before we went to sleep.
Yeah, before you went to sleep,
Yeah.
she'll go to bed. Again near Balfour, and then try to tuck under his ear see
To
how close
stay
she can
away
get.
from the speak and spell demon.
You will be hooked on phonics, oh my. Oh, dear God, help
Spell
me.
demon.
Oh my goodness. Could I get your perception rolls for the
Yeah.
evening for your watches?
This is
I
my
would love
perception.
You
Perception
can all
button.
get advantage because I assume
yeah?
Titania's going to be helping Mac Chainsaw. Is it?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, I'll
Titania
take
will. She's got
That's
her
a
eyes and ears
17.
open.
17 for me as well.
I haven't rolled it yet. I'm sorry.
You need that $1 for the ad to get the ads out of the
Yeah, I
way.
do.
Just buy
I
the
only
ad,
got a
bro.
16. I only got a 16. Man.
As you go through your watches tonight, Mac, you start off first. The evening has the usual sounds. You've kind of grown used to it as you've traveled from the north towards the south. The trees, the grasses, they all come with the little rustling, the little bugs trying to wake and chirp, the occasional hoot of an owl, and the occasional Titania hooting back. But off in the distance, you're not sure how far. It sounds a bit far away. You'll hear a pop and a snap and a crackle. Why don't we just add that
Snap,
too?
crackle, and pop. All right.
I was gonna.
3 elves step out of the woods.
And
Would you like some cereal?
the rustling of leaves, and perhaps a fall of a tree.
Like an entire tree? Like a big old tree?
Yeah, it sounds big-ish. You're not sure how far that is from you, but like, if the tree falls in the woods, it does sound like it falls.
Oh, dang, you beat me.
Yeah,
to it.
no, I heard it for sure.
I was thinking it too. I was like, how am I going to get there?
All right. I mean, I'll just keep looking in that direction.
About, hard to tell, 10, 12-ish minutes later, you hear another snap, crackle, and a pop, and a fall of a tree.
Yeah, I'm just, listen, I'm not about to just run out in the dark or interrupt sleeps. So I think I'll just wait, and unless you want to feed me more, I'm going to continue to be passive until it's next watch.
Yeah, it doesn't sound any closer, but you feel like a third time is weird when it happens. And again for a fourth and a fifth and a sixth time.
What the fuck? All right. So that's a lot. I walk over, not walk, crouched. A little concerned now. Kind of crouch, move over to Axel and gently wake Axel. Axel.
I am Axel of Ronda.
Oh, hey. No, not so loud. You're learned. I don't know anything about this Emerald Forest. What would be, rooting around in the dark and dropping entire trees, like 6 of them?
Abon? A roll, perhaps?
Yeah. You can either do history upon like a book you've read, or I think it's nature.
I'll go with history. I've rolled a 22.
22.
Skidoo.
He can't teach reading, but he knows how to.
I've read a book or two.
You've read a book or two about creatures and things that go bump in forests. You've been out on some adventures in your lifetime. Things that could knock down an entire tree. Well, trying to figure out the size of a tree, something to sound close or far enough to you guys to be able to hear it. It could be perhaps a large owl bear, too heavy for a tree. It could just be a tree falling in the woods, though on repeat might be weird.
It's like 6 planks, yeah.
There are giants that are big enough to probably split a tree, and especially if it comes 6 times, there's a pattern at least.
If we're lucky, it's a giant. If we're unlucky, it's an owl bear.
Yeah, do you think we should check it out or just hang tight?
Might be better just to lay low. Whatever it is, we don't want to anger it.
Okay, cool. Go back to bed. Not your watch.
Okay.
All right, I continue to be passive. The old wise man has said
with
so.
my spell book.
He's got 2 different spell books. One that's got like leather, not leather, like felt around it that he uses for a pillow. I'll continue my watch until it's Balfour's turn.
Yeah, you'll hear it happen 6 more times during your watch.
Okay, I wake up Balfour. Hey, listen, I don't want to alarm you, but I woke up Axel just to check because he's good with the books. There's something in the woods, an indiscriminate distance away in that direction, and I motion. Just want you to know, it's like 12 trees have been taken down if I were to guess. So yeah, just Axel said we should probably just like keep our booties here.
Ooh, I want to do something.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. I'm a little... So Balfour for a second will like ears open. Do I hear anything? Like, is this happening?
Me goes flying.
Me goes flying.
Is this happening right now? Like, I almost feel like he's telling me it's like it's happening right now. I'm kind of alert.
No, it's not. Like I said, don't be alarmed. This
But if
is the stuff that
something-
goes bump in the night.
Is knocking trees down. That's something to be concerned about.
Yeah, if we were in the woods, for sure.
I think he's gonna he's gonna close his eyes. He's gonna stretch his ears. He's even gonna like periscope down his nose up, and he's like focusing real hard. And I'm gonna cast Divine Sense. It's an action I can use based on my class. So I don't know how far it is. I don't know what this range is, but it lets me detect good and evil. So detect good and evil lets me detect within 60 feet celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
No, that's not gonna go very far.
Oishin rings off your ringer so fast, so hard.
Ding.
It's so for divine sense, it's 60 feet.
Yeah.
Within 60 feet of you.
And I think so. With that, obviously, like he's there. Is there from is there like a ping like on that radar from a different direction? I don't even know if it's probably further than that. If it's not, I'm okay because that means it's further than that. I think it is.
In your radar, you don't feel anything within the 60 feet of you besides Oishin.
Okay. Well, you were on watch for several hours, and it didn't make it here.
Sure. Yeah, no. Just wake me up if there's a problem. He starts taking off his armor and it starts going to sleep.
I'm looking at you like crazy, like you're just okay with it. I don't say I'm just okay. All right,
It's fine. It's fine.
and I'll kind of walk out a little further. Just 10. I want to have a little run back time to maybe get out. So I'm gonna go about 30. I'll go 30 feet out. Outside of our circle, toward the forest, maybe. Not into the forest. Make that known.
Yeah.
Don't.
Like I said,
I'm
don't be
going to go
worried
to the
if we're
edge.
in the woods.
Yeah. You start your watch. Most of it is facing towards the forest, off to your east. And you hear the night, right? You hear Max settle in, you hear the quiet sleeping of Oishin and Axel, as well as Max settling in. Mi's kind of like quietly breathing like on your shoulder. You can hear that. You're paying attention to everything, the rustling of leaves and all that. And then you'll hear again, maybe 10 or so minutes after you've gotten up from Mac, a snap, a crackle, a pop, and a fell of a tree.
I stand up immediately, and I'm on high alert.
It sounds off in the distance, again towards your east. Hard to tell where it's from. The falling of a tree. If it's a large tree, it could be pretty far away. If it's a small tree, then it's a lot closer to you.
I'm just vigilant.
You're vigilant.
I'm just vigilant.
Again, you wait. Again, about 10, 11, 12 minutes go by, and then you hear it again. And again. And again. A pattern of 10 or 11 or 12 minutes go by, and you'll hear it about 12 more times during the rest of your watch.
And as my time is getting closer, then I want somebody to be awake. I need somebody else to hear this. So I'll go shake Axel. Axel.
Yes.
In the woods, there's something knocking down trees. It's not coming closer. What could do that out here in this forest?
Could be an owlbear. It could be a giant. It could be just a tree falling. It could just be...
No, it's not just a tree falling. It's a rhythmic.
Okay,
every
right.
10 minutes or so, it happens.
Titania, come here. Be a good girl. Fly out there. Use your powers of sight. See if you can find what's making the noise.
Yeah, Titania goes flying. And you wait. How far is a familiar again for them to communicate? Infinite?
No, not for them to be able to communicate back to me. Sorry. The range is just forever, but there is a limit to how far they can.
It's like 120 feet or 200 feet. It's not super far, but it's better than you think it would be.
Yeah, that's why I'm checking in, because I don't remember the number off the top of my head.
Yeah,
me neither.
While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go ahead and use an action to see through her eyes and hear through her ears.
It's like the perfect time to do it. You know, you're already sleeping in a bed. You know?
Just lay there.
She goes flying out, and she gets around to that 100-foot mark, and you get the vibe of, like, I don't see anything yet, and she's going to keep on going further.
Yeah, I'll have her keep going. Just
go further and come back and tell me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll unwarg out as she crosses the 100-foot barrier.
Mm-hmm. Are you staying up, Balfour?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Again, when you expect it, it feels like around that 10, 11, 12-minute mark. And then you'll hear the snap, the crackle, and then the pop again.
I do not like that.
It's not pleasant. But at least it's over there. That's my favorite thing about it, is that it's over there.
But we have to go over there tomorrow.
Hopefully while it's asleep.
It's asleep?
And that's where we'll end the episode.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
It's a fun time.
That was
It's a good time.
enjoyed it.
Who are we supporting today, Chainsaw?
Yeah, you know, we're rolling for Dots RPG, really great organization. They got innovative braille tactile products so that people that are vision impaired can play the same game that we love and have exactly as much fun as us. So we are going to go ahead and roll for them right now.
What?
We got a 7.
Nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, I got lost out.
It's not bad at all. Looks like that.
$7 heading over there to Dots RPG, whom we love very dearly. We hope that you'll join us. We hope that you'll take the time with your group. Just float it as an idea next time you're at the table or in a web call play, and say, "Hey, I really want to keep feeling like an awesome hero, even though we're done playing the game. I want to feel that way tomorrow and the next day and forever and ever." And then you just say, "Hey, let's roll some dice." What do you got? D6? Throw it in a D6. What do you got? A D8? Hook it up.
Can
You got a
D2?
coin?
You got a coin? Flip that motherfucker.
Get a fucking
Flip
die.
it. That's a D2,
Don't-
baby.
Don't use a coin.
Yeah, either side's of one. So either way, you get a dollar.
Yeah, whatever your means are.
I'm going to go ahead and pitch. You know what? I've just decided every time I'm going to pitch Discord, I just think we want people in there. We want to collect all of you into our Discord. So if you want to join us in Discord, we have a very active community. We're in there all of the time. And, depending on what you're into, you can find a channel that fits you. I guarantee you'll find something you like to get into every day. If you want to join us, go to discord.lawfulstupid.org, or you can go to the website and you'll be able to find a link to it there. But I also want to take a minute to talk about our Patreon. Patreon, we have several tiers that you can look at to decide what you've got going on, what you want to do. Depending on what level you pick, you can toss some magic items or NPC options to us in the campaign that can possibly get tossed in depending on where we are in the campaign, the DM's discretion. T-shirts we can send you, and then the ultimate tiers, the $40 and $50 tiers, allow you to join in this call that we're having right now live and try to make us laugh in the chat. You get exclusive audio when we release that. It comes out to you like in a raw file before anybody else gets it, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, if that's something you're interested in, you can check us out at patreon.com/Lawful Stupid Podcast.
Excellent. How about our hope, stars, and wishes?
Ooh, I'm going to go first. I'm going to take this one. Abon said she wanted us to be real, so the things we talk about don't necessarily need to be story related. Is that correct? Like it's real life stuff? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I think I do want to talk about, we talked about briefly, me and the boys, of kind of our jive and things, and I think this episode was really good for us to take the thing we own in the story and be able to bounce it around. I think it was really parsed out well this time. Very fun. Hey, Bond, you're doing a fantastic job. In real life, my job is really slow, but I'm about to transition over to a different job that's not as boring. In August, it's going to be like teaching soldiers to do, like teaching them army stuff, like operationally. So that's really cool, and I'm very excited about
to
that.
be able to read good and do other stuff good too.
Yeah, for soldiers who can't read good, I'm going to help them.
Excellent.
Yeah, I want to do stars to the fellow players as well. Stars for putting up with my constant quarterbacking. Thank you all for being receptive and kind and beautiful to me.
You're welcome, I think is the response.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for being such a good quarterback.
It's true.
So man, I'm going to say hopes, man, because I've been like sick a lot in the last week and a half, which doesn't make sense for me normally. So I hope that fucking shit's over. It was awful. So I hope that shit's over. Maybe that's
Literally.
a word too.
Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on the upper end, at least now. You sound like it.
Yeah, me too.
There's that.
Yeah.
I want to send a star out to Ging, because I feel like as our audiomancer, we should call him out a little more specifically on some things, like some of these songs.
Hey, but I was just under the impression you do that every day.
I do
for
that
us.
every day,
But
but
I
like
appreciate
I
you
want
doing
to
it
do it
publicly.
on air.
Yeah, okay.
Publicly,
I
so everyone
didn't
else
want to
can
have
hear.
my shit mixed up, because otherwise
Yeah.
I'll fly down there and give him kisses myself if I need to.
Yeah, if he's not getting his words of affirmation, you let us know.
He is getting his words of affirmation, but like on the podcast, he does such a bang up job on all the soundtracks, and like his willingness to work with each and every one of us during our campaigns. Like I've gone in and like, here, I have this vague idea of what I like, and he's like, okay, I got it, and he'll go and work on it for like several hours because he's having a fun time, and I think it's just fun to kind of like highlight that. And Ging, you're doing a great job. Thanks for making our
Yeah, you are,
soundscapes
baby.
really cool.
He also took the time to talk to us as players and say like, hey, what kind of vibes are you rocking with musically for like these different moments? So he's so involved and awesome with what he does. So I also give him a star.
Yeah,
I give him an entire galaxy.
Shoot, how do we...
you should probably level up as an audiomancer. Make him
I give him the
level.
big bang.
Oh, speaking of leveling up.
Not yet, nerds.
Obligatory.
I feel like we did. We learned a lot in the last episode. That's experience.
Yeah,
Learned
so
about
this
my
is actually
experience.
coworkers.
The cat
keeping
beads that we
track
killed
of it.
along the way.
Yeah, I'm keeping track. Don't worry about it. Anyway, as we always say,
We love
we
ya.
love you. Bye.
Bye.